the class, no? Correct?
Yes, Prabhu.
No. Oh, 1 minute, Prabhu. Just 1 second. Just 1 second. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakya Chakshummalitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadamagyam Dadad Visapatantikam Vandegam Shri Guru Shri Tapatakalam Shri Gurum Vaishnamam Cha Shri Rupam Sagarjadam Sagana Rupunatan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parishanisakitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishaka Vitamsya Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namustute Tapta Kanchana Gaurange Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarupyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhevacha Patitanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadika Urubhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Pire Nashta Prayesha Bhadresho Nityam Bhagavad Sevya Bhavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki. Before reciting the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, this is a very means of conquest. One should offer respectful obeisances unto the personality of God at Narayana, unto Narayana is the supermost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, goddess of learning, unto Srila Vyasadeva, the author. By regular attendance in the classes of Bhagavan, by rendering of service to the pure devotees, all that is troublesome to the hearts, almost completely destroyed, and loving service unto the personality of God, who is praised with transcendental songs, is established as an elbow to fact. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Yontam Pravishya Mamavacha Imam Prasutta Sanjeevayati Akila Shakti Darasudamna Anyam Sahasha Janasha Manatavadi Prana Namo Bhagavate Purushaya Tobhyam Tasmadakam Vikra Vikla Ishwarasya Sarvatmana Mayinami Yatamanisham Icho Jaya Gudamisarga Anupravishta Uyeti Geni Kuman Anuvanditena Mom Shtabadaya Krishna Prishtaya Budale Shimati Mahavishna Goswamiti Namni Mom Shtabadaya Krishna Prishtaya Budale Shimati Bhaktivedanta Swamiti Namni Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravan Chan Nirvishesh Ponyavati Pashyadi Day starting Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Siddhari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama. So we are reading from 2nd canto, 9th chapter, 17th verse. Brahma is having the darshan of the Lord because of his severe penance. We will discuss that, very important. How come Lord Brahma did the severe penance and the darshan of the Lord and also manifestation of the Vaikuntha was shown to him? Because he was struggling, Lord Brahma was struggling. He sat on the lotus stem and then he went down to the lotus stem to find the root of this place. And he couldn't find. It was dark waves. He went into the water, deep into the water, and he wanted to find the source of his existence. But ultimately he became futile. Nothing could be achieved. He was so frustrated and he came back. And then he heard the word tapa, from a ethereal voice. The moment he heard that voice, he said that I have to do tapas, and he started doing tapas. Because of his 1,000 years of demigod years of severe tapas, Krishna came and appeared before him and manifested in the Vaikuntha planet also. And the Vaikuntha descriptions are given in this Bhagavatam. Okay. So this particular verse is talking about how Krishna is manifesting, how Krishna is placed in Golok Vrindavan, in Vaikuntha, how is he exhibiting, how all the material energies are under his control is nicely described in this particular verse. So let us recite the verse, translation and purport. Okay. Purports are big, but still we'll try to recite. Okay. So 2.9.17. Okay. That's what the first verse is. Adhyarnisanam Adhyarsinanam Masitam Param Vritam Chatuso Dasha Pancha Shaktibihi Yuktam Bhagai Swai Ritadar Tradruvaihi Swayeva Daman Ramamanam Ishwaram. Advarha Aniya, great worshipable. Ashanam, throne. Astitam, seated on it. Param, the supreme. Vritam, surrounded by. Chatu, 4, namely Prakriti, Purusha, Maha, ego. Sodasa, 16. Pancha, the 5. Shakti, by the energies. Yuktam, empowered with. Bhagi is opulence. Swai, personal. Itaratara, other minor powers. Cha, also. Adruvaihi, temporary. Swai, own. Eva, certainly. Daman, abode. Ramamanam, enjoying. Ishwaram, the supreme Lord. Lord was seated on his throne and was surrounded by different energies, like the 4, the 16, the 5, and the 6 natural opulence, along with other insignificant energy of the temporary character. But he was the factual supreme Lord, enjoying his own abode. Purport. The Lord is naturally endowed with his 6 opulence. Specifically, he is the richest, he is the most powerful, he is the most famous, he is the most beautiful, he is the greatest knowledge, he is a great renouncer as well. And for his material great energies, he is served by 4, namely the principle of Prakriti, Purusha, Mahatattva, and ego. He is also served by the 16, namely the 5 elements, earth, water, fire, ether, and sky, 5 perspective sense organs, the ear, nose, tongue, and skin, the 5 working sense organs, hand, leg, stomach, evacuation outlet, and genitals, and the mind. The 5 includes sense objects, namely form, taste, smell, sound, and touch. All these 25 items serve the Lord in different material creation. All of them are personally present to serve the Lord. The insignificant opulence is numbering 8 Ashtasiddhis attained by yogis for temporary overlordship are also under his control, but he is naturally full with all such powers and without any effort. Therefore, he is the supreme Lord. The living being, by severe penance and performance of bodily exercise, can temporarily attain some wonderful power, but that does not make him the supreme Lord. The supreme Lord, by his own potency, is unlimitedly more powerful than any yogi. He is unlimitedly more learned than any jnani. He is unlimitedly richer than any wealthy person. He is unlimitedly more beautiful than any living being. And he is unlimitedly more charitable than any philanthropist. He is above all. And all, no one is equal or greater than him. Nor can anyone reach his level of perfection in any of the above powers by any amount of penance or yogic demonstration. The yogis are dependent on his mercy. Out of his immensely charitable disposition, he can award some temporary powers to the yogis because the yogis hankering after them. But these unalloyed devotees who do not want anything from the Lord, save and accept his transcendental service, the Lord is so pleased that he gives him exchange of unalloyed service. Text 18. Okay. Taddarshanaflad paripulalatantaro antaro rishyatanu prema barashu lochana nanam padam pujamasya vishwasrit yatparamhamsena patadiki gamyate. Tat, when that audience of the Lord, darshana, audience, akhlada, joy, paripluta, overwhelmed, antaha, within the heart, rishayat, full in ecstasy, tanu, body, prema bhara, in full transcendental love, ashru, tears, lochana, in the eyes, nama, nanama, bow down, padam bhujam, what are the lotus feet, asya, of the Lord, vishwashrik, the creator of the universe, yet which, paramahamsena, by the great liberated souls, pata, path, adhigimaya, agamyate, is followed. Lord Brahma, thus seeing the personality of Godhead in his fullness, was overwhelmed with joy within his heart, and thus in full transcendental love and ecstasy, his eyes filled with tears of love. He thus bowed down before the Lord. That is the way of highest perfection for the living being Paramahamsa. In the beginning of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, it is stated that this great literature is meant for Paramahamsas. Paramam means Ramo Nirmat Saranam Sadam. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam is meant for a person completely free from malice. In the conditioned life, the malicious life begins from the top, namely mailing against the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Personality of Godhead is established fact in all revealed scriptures. And in the Bhagavad Gita, the personal feature of the Supreme Lord is especially mentioned. So much that the last portion of the great literature has emphatically stressed that one should surrender unto the Personality of Godhead to be saved from the miseries of life. Unfortunately, persons with impious backgrounds do not believe in the Personality of Godhead. Everyone wants to become God himself without any qualification. The malicious nature in the conditioned souls continues even up to the stage when a person wants to be one with the Lord. And thus even the greatest empiric philosopher speculating on becoming one with the Supreme Lord cannot become a Paramahamsa because the malicious mind is there. Therefore, the Paramahamsa stage of life can be attained only by those who are fixed in the practice of Bhakti Yoga. This Bhakti Yoga begins if a person has a firm conviction that by simply discharging devout service to the Lord in full trance and love can elevate him to the highest perfectional stage of life. Brahmaji believed in this art of Bhakti Yoga and believed in the art of Bhakti Yoga. He believed in the instruction of Lord to execute tapa, and he discharged the function of great penance and thus achieved great success of seeing the Vaikuntha Lokas and the Lord also by personal experience. No one can reach the abode of the Supreme Lord by any mechanical means of the mind or machine, but one can reach the abode of the Lord, abode of the Supreme Lord by abode of the Vaikuntha simply by following the process of Bhakti Yoga, because the Lord can be realized only through the Bhakti Yoga process. Lord Brahmaja was actually sitting on his lotus seat, and from there, by executing the process of Bhakti Yoga in great seriousness, he could soothe the Vaikuntha Lega with all variegatedness as well as the Lord in person and his associates. Following the footsteps of Lord Brahma, any person even up to his day can attain the same perfection by following the path of Paramahamsa as recommended. The Lord Chaitanya also approved of this method of self-realization for the men in this age. One should first, with all conviction, believe in the Supreme Person of Godhead, and without making efforts to realize him by speculative philosophy, one should prefer to hear about him from the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam and later on the text of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. One should hear such discourses from person Bhagavatam, not from a professional man or from the Karmi, Jnani, or Yogi. That is the secret of learning the science. One does not need to be renounced out of the life. He can remain in present condition of life, but he must search out the association of bona fide devotee of the Lord and hear from transcendental message of the Lord with faith in that which. That is the path of Paramahamsa recommended hearing. Among various holy names of the Lord, he is called Ajita. One can never be conquered by anyone else. Yet he can be conquered by Paramahamsa path, as practically realized by the great spiritual master Lord Brahma. Lord Brahma has personally recommended this Paramahamsa Patha in his own words as follows. Jnana Priya Samutapasya Jamanti Eva Jivanti Sanmukaritam Bhavati Abhata Stane Sita Sudigata Tanuman Manobit Yapriyasa Ajita Jito Apyastai. Lord Brahma said, "O my Lord Krishna, a devotee who abandons the path of empirical philosophical speculation, aimed at merging the existence of the Supreme Lord, and engages himself in hearing your glories and activities from a bona fide sadhu, a saint, or one who lives an honest life in the occupation engagement of a social life, can conquer your sympathy and mercy, even though you are Ajita or unconquered." Then 14.3. That is the path of Paramahamsa, which was personally followed by Lord Brahma and later recommended by him for attaining success in life. Text 90. Tam priyamanam samupastitam kavim praja visharge nija sasananam babashaisha smita shoch chakira priya priyam prita manaha kare sparsham. Beautiful. Tam unto Lord Brahma, priyamanam, worthy of being dear, samupastitam, present before, kavim, the great scholar, praja, the living entities, visarge, the matter of creation, nija is mood, shashana, shashana, control, arhanam, just suitable, babashe, address, ishat, mild, smita, smiling, sochisa, with enlightened, gira, words, priyaha, beloved, priyam, the counterpart of love, pritamanaha, being very much pleased, kare, by the hand, sparshan, shaking. And seeing Brahma present before him, the Lord accepted him as worthy to create living beings, to be controlled as he desires, and thus be much satisfied with him. The Lord shook hands with Brahma and slightly smiling and addressed him thus. Purport. The creation of the material world is not blind or accident. Living entities, whatever condition or Nitya Bada, are just given a chance for liberation under the guidance of his own representative like Brahma. The Lord instructed Brahma in Vedic knowledge in order to infuse the knowledge to the conditioned soul. The conditioned souls are forgetful souls in their relationship with the Lord, and thus the period of creation, a process of dissemination of Vedic knowledge or activities of the Lord. Lord Brahma has a great responsibility in delivering the conditioned souls, and therefore is very dear to the Lord. Brahma also does his duty very perfectly, not only by generating living entities, but also by spreading his party for reclaiming the fallen condition. The party is called Brahma Sampradaya, and any member of this party today is naturally engaged in reclaiming the fallen souls back to God and back home. The Lord is very much anxious to get back this part of parcel, as stated in the Bhagavad Gita. No one is more dear to him than who takes the task of reclaiming the fallen souls of the Godhead. Purport. Prabhu raised it. There are many renegades from the Brahman Sampradaya whose only business to make men more forgetful of the Lord and thus entangle them more and more in materials. Such persons were never dear to the Lord, and the Lord sends them deeper into the darkest region of matter, so that such envious persons, demons, may not be able to know the Supreme. Anyone, however, preaching the mission of the Lord in the line of Brahma Sampradaya is always dear to the Lord. Anyone, however, preaching the mission of the Lord in the line of Brahma Sampradaya is always dear to the Lord. Anyone who are reaching the mission of the Lord in the line of Brahma Sampradaya is always dear to the Lord. And the Lord, being satisfied with such a picture of the authorized birth, shakes hands with him in great satisfaction. Hare Krishna, thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada, Transcendental Purport Ki Jai. Super. So let us go to the. So here, this chapter, Krishna is going to reveal his abode to him. And how he reveals abode is very important, because it is mentioned in the, it's beautifully mentioned in the second canto, 9th chapter, because Brahma did the penance for 1,000 celestial years. And because of his tapas, which was non-deceptive, which was not cheating, धोखा नहीं दे रहे हैं कृष्ण को. So हमारा chanting में धोखा दे रहे हैं, सबको धोखा दे रहे हैं. So हम ऐसा नहीं, मैं तो धोखा दे रहा हूँ हमेशा कृष्ण को. Really we should not धोखा नहीं दे. Here Brahma धोखा नहीं दिया, because he was so perfect in the devotion service, non-deceptive. Deception means cheating. Non-deception means no cheating. So we should not cheat Krishna. So it is very important. And then we can see how did he have the darshan of the Lord. And it is mentioned in 2nd canto, 9th chapter, 4th verse. It's a beautiful verse. Please read. If you want, I can send you a Grantraj mail spoken by our God brothers, His Grace Devakinanda. It is about 3-4 parts. You can read it. So wonderful it is. So practical, how to apply in your life. So it is 294. Atma Tattva Vishuddhyartam Yaddaha Bhagavan Vritam Brahmane Darshayan Rupam Avyalika Vritadritaha. This very is written. It is mentioned. Atma Tattva. O King, the personality of God being very much pleased with Lord Brahma because of his non-deceptive penance in Bhakti Yoga, presented his eternal transcendental form before Brahma. That is the objective goal of purifying of the conditioned soul. Means our objective is to do non-deceptive penance. And this is very important. So we have to understand one thing, Devaki Prabhu was sharing a very important point. Our main business is to please Krishna. This is the main point. Morning we wake up for Mangalarti to please Krishna. To chant the holy names, to please Krishna. To serve the devotees, please Krishna. This is the main objective. If you miss this objective of the conditioned soul is to please Krishna. We have to please Krishna. This is the main, because we are part and parcel of Krishna. We are hearing Bhagavatam for so many years. This program is going from 2020. So 2 years we have listened to Bhagavatam. So we know the whole purpose is to please Krishna. Because why we are doing this bhakti? To please Krishna. To please Krishna means we have to take austerity. Austerity is a must. And therefore we have to understand we want to please. But however, in the material world, we are trying to please. You cannot please everyone. Nobody can be pleased. Okay, if you please somebody, suppose I please Pant Prabhu, then Pankaj Prabhu will become happy. I mean, I am unhappy. And if please Minitra Mataji, then some other Mataji will become unhappy. Oh, this Prabhuji is pleasing this, he is not pleasing me. Like that, He's not giving attention to me. So we are trying to please anybody in this world, we will be suffered. But when we try to please Krishna as the center, then automatically everybody will please. Yasmin Tushte, Jagat Tushte. So this is a very important point. Our main business is to please Krishna. What is the purpose of coming to the program? Is to please Krishna. In order to please Krishna, in order to get his attraction, in order to get his attention, how much we should behave in such a way that he becomes attracted to us. How he has become attracted to Lord Brahma. Lord Brahma was doing penance for so many years, 1,000 celestials. Krishna doesn't expect in the Kali Yuga. He just expects 2 hours of chanting with attention. He's not asking for more. He's not asking Kali Yuga, just simply chant the holy names of Krishna. 2 hours with attention. We don't want to spend even 2 hours with attention. Even one mala is difficult for us. Why? Because we don't want to please Krishna. We want to please ourselves. The chanting also, we want to go through the mobile. We want to finish all the activities. We want to list down all the activities while doing the chanting. And therefore, our inattention means Krishna is coming in front of us. The holy name is chanted, but he is running away. He said, this fellow is not pleasing me. He is trying to please himself. The moment we try to please ourselves, we will be miserable. We have to please Krishna. That is our main business. So, this is the main business. If you try to please somebody, somebody else is not pleased. So, in the world is not the way you expect. And also, everybody should not please you also. Nobody will be pleasing you. If you expect anyone to please you, that is miserable. Nobody. Your own wife, your own children, Some stage they will get distracted. They will be displeased with you. You try to satisfy your wife, children, everybody, your father, mother, everybody. You try your level best, but all the time they will say, "Oh, he has not done this. He has not done this." Some or other, somebody will find fault. If you satisfy your father and mother, your wife will be unhappy. Your wife is satisfied, your father and mother are unhappy. So somehow or other, you cannot please everybody. But if you try to please Krishna, everybody will be pleased. Yasmin tushte dagat tushte. Just by taking one morsel of food, Yeshua, that Draupadi gave one morsel of green vegetable to Krishna, and then all the 10,000, 10 lakhs, 10 million sages who disciples accompanying Durvashamuni, their stomach was filled. Because Yasmin tushte jagat tushte. So this is the point we have to understand. Our main business in devotional service is to please Krishna. Next point is how to serve Krishna. How to please Krishna without any deception, non-deception. This is very important for us. And that's why this word in 294, avyalika. Velika means deception. Avyalika means non-deception. And for this, we have to remember there was one pastime of Srila Prabhupada. Shrutakirti Prabhu, who was the personal assistant of Prabhupada in 1975-74, somewhere. He was in Vrindavan. And Prabhupada was also in Vrindavan. He was giving the personal massage and he was serving Prabhupada with prasadam and all. So he said, no, I am a senior disciple. I have been given the personal assistantship for Prabhupada. So he was little feelings, no? Yes, I'm doing so much service. So one day what happened? Prabhupada was giving a class in Radha Damodar temple. And then what has happened? There were a lot of flies and there were a lot of mosquitoes. So Prabhupada said, please use this peacock feather and remove big peacock feather, no fan. Please fan so that this goes away. So this Shrutakirti Prabhu was fanning nicely initially, and then he thought, no, I should fan it. I should sway the fan in such a way that's as we do in front of the altar. Na? Like that we will do. Like that we were doing all gimmicks, all dancing, and thereby what happened? All the devotees were looking at him. And Prabhupada became very, very angry. What is this fellow is doing service? He says, stop this. Is there anybody intelligent person is there to serve, to fan me with this peacock feather? Immediately shouted, he was personal assistant, and Shrutakirti Prabhu froze. He completely froze and he doesn't know what to do. He was completely very much upset. He was completely frozen and he gave the chamar and he went. He could not tolerate. He went to his room and he was crying. And then he was feeling very bad. And then afterwards, he saw Kunji Bihari. He came back after 15 minutes. He saw Kunji Bihari Prabhu, who was serving Prabhupada, who was fanning nicely. And Prabhupada acknowledged, yes, your fanning is very good. I'm very happy. And that's then Shrutakirti Prabhu put his realization in his book. What is the difficulty? He says that Prabhupada, I'm very sorry. Forgive me for becoming deception in my devotional service to you. And therefore now give me an opportunity to serve you. Fan again. This time without any deception. Non-deceptive, I will do the devotional service. So I will do the devotional service so that it will please you. Please you, Prabhupada. And then he said, no, I don't deserve. I don't deserve to serve you. He was feeling so guilty that I am doing non-deceptive penance, deceptive penance, and I cheated you. I don't want to serve you. Now what I will do is, I will fan Kunji Bihari Prabhu, who fanned you nicely, so that by his mercy, I will get your mercy. I will please him so that you will get pleased by the service to me. So this is a move of the devotee. So we should not cheat. Once our Maharaj, Guru Maharaj came from Nasik. He was traveling 4 hours from Nasik to Bombay. It was 2 o'clock, and then he reached Bombay about 6 o'clock. 8:30 is the flight. 8:30 and 9:30 the flight. So 9:30 he took the flight from Bombay to Abu Dhabi. He reached around 12 o'clock to Abu Dhabi. 9:30 at 10. 2 hours, 1.5 hours time difference. 1.5 hours time difference. So it reached. Maharaj reached around 12 o'clock. Flight was delayed sometime, half an hour or something. So it came around 12:30. But what has happened? Because Maharaj cannot walk, he has got swelling legs and all, and he is already 85. So we were arranged a wheelchair. So Maharaj was the last person to embark, to um, to get off from the aircraft. So he got up from the aircraft 1:30, and Maharaj was chanting first chapter of Bhagavad Gita. He sit in the car, and one devotee came. His name is Swayam Siddha Prabhu. He is in Muscat now. Now he has come to Kerala. So he was driving the car because he had a initiation over the phone, and they are going to do the exam later. So he was so happy, excited to serve Guru Maharaj, and then he was driving the car. And previous backside, one more devotee, Rishikesh Prabhu, my god brother, he was chanting Hare Krishna Mantra. When we reached home, Maharaj, we thought that usually Maharaj always asks, how are you? How is your studies? How is your office? How are the children? How they are studying? This is a natural inquiry by Maharaj, no? Maharaj lovingly asked, this is what we were thinking. Maharaj came. Maharaj came and called us. Please open Bhagavad Gita. Then we opened. Please read second chapter. He finished first chapter, second chapter while driving. So third chapter he was reading. Read third chapter. And everybody trying to read, everybody making fumbling mistakes. Nobody able to Sanskrit verses. Nobody was, because our Maharaj is MA Sanskrit and MA English, double MA. So he was very, very unhappy. He said, how many days you are going to do this? How many days you are going to show that show business is going on? This is deceptive. You are cheating me. You are cheating Krishna. Why you cannot read Bhagavad Gita? The Bhagavad Gita should be in your throats. Why are you cheating me? He blasted us for 2 hours. 2 hours blasting. And then we made us read up to 4th chapter. And he said, now it is 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock in the night. 1:30 to 1.5 hours. He fired us for 1.5 hours. And we were able to read two chapters. Firing, chapter. Firing, chapter. And then 3 o'clock in the morning. And Maharaj says, now it is 4:30. Let us do Mangalarati. And then he told devotee, please have bath and come back. Let us do the Arati. Maharaj started the Arati. Maharaj said, I will take bath later, but I will not go to near the date. So he made us do the Mangalarati. And then after the Mangalarati, he told, all rascals, cheating rascals in Abu Dhabi, enjoying so much of money from the form of dirhams, and you are not doing devotional service, and you don't want to read Bhagavad Gita. Though I don't want to see your face. Maharaj blasted us like anything. And he said, don't do non-deceptive, deceptive devotional service. If you do deception, Krishna will cheat you. So Maharaj was so angry. So that's why we cannot cheat Krishna. We have to read Bhagavad Gita. We have to read Bhagavatam. We cannot say we don't have time. We should steal time, Maharaj says. It's very important. And then afterwards in the morning, because of Paramahamsa, he's not an ordinary living entity. Morning, as if nothing has happened. How are you, Sajjan? How are you? He was asking Rishikesh Prabhu, how are you? He blasted both of us. Both of us, we were sitting in the car. We were chanting Krishna's name. He said, why you are not chanting Bhagavad Gita? Hare Krishna, you have chanted already. That's okay. But why don't you chant Bhagavad Gita? Why don't you learn Bhagavad Gita? You should learn by heart. Until today, I have not done that service. I'm feeling guilty. I don't know which janma I will do it. So he blasted us. So it's deceptive. So here it's very important. Service without any deceptive. And this is very important. So what we do in the devotional service, I will glorify you, you will glorify me, like that. No, I'll scratch your back, you will scratch my back. No. Brahmaji, please Krishna, we got only one thing in the heart, that he wanted to perform devotional service without any motive, without any deception. The only motive is to actually please Krishna. Because we want to please Krishna and the devotees, we have performed another form of devotional service, which is very important. So this is very important. So this is very important for us. We should not cheat. And that's a small story also, I will tell you. So what has happened one day, once there was a king. He said there is some shortage of milk. So he wanted to collect the milk. He made a pond, cement pond, and then he kept glass and also so that covered everything. And then he wants to have milk to be distributed. So many people who are suffering. So he said those who are big people, Vaishyas who are having cows, you should give me tonight all the milk so that I can distribute to all the villages, so that my kingdom nobody is hungry for milk. So what he did, he told all the people, please put the milk in this particular tank. So they made the tank and they tried to put. The night, what happened? One person, he went. He said, why I should take milk? Let me take one pot of water, and I'll take one lota of water. Put that. So nobody, one lot of water is the big milk. Now nobody will fight. Like that, everybody put. And what has happened? Only few devotees, few people put milk. And it was full of water. King came. What is this cheating you are doing? You are cheating you or you are cheating yourself? Well, king was very unhappy. And he said, I'm going to tax all of you and you have to pay big taxes. So they were punished. So that's why if you are cheating, Krishna will cheat. And that's why we have to be very careful. We should not cheat. But Brahma was not cheating at all. So this is very important. Brahma was never cheating at all. And then if you don't cheat, if you do non-deceptive penance, then what happens? Penance becomes natural. When you do non-deceptive bhakti, then penance, morning 4 o'clock waking up is not a problem. Then chanting is not a problem. Bhagavatam is not a problem. Everything becomes easy. Penance becomes natural for the devotee. Austerity becomes natural. We'll wait to serve all the devotees and then take the prasada. That's what we do. My god brother Devaki Prabhu, after Mahavishnu Maharaj Vyasa Puja, 2 o'clock, after everybody took prasadam, he will take. He'll be fasting for the whole day. Huh? He can eat at 12 o'clock, but he will not eat. He will do it at 2:30, 2:35. That is because penance has become natural. Because he is doing non-deceptive devotion service. The moment we do non-deceptive devotion service, austerity becomes automatic. Because Krishna is pleased. Krishna will make your body tolerate all the difficulties. You will forget it. I will tell you the classic example I experienced. So on the Janmashtami day, morning I didn't go for service to the temple, in Chennai temple. Morning I slept because of feeling hungry and all. I slept. Evening I went, 6:30, 7 o'clock I went. And then I started one juice stall. 7 to 11. How the time went, we don't know. We are just giving the devotees fruit juice. This is for the Karmi devotees and other devotees. And then we were distributing. We were distributing and we were giving. And 3 hours, how it went, we don't know. 12:30, 7:30 to 10:30, time went like anything. Because we are engaged in the devotion service. The moment we engage in devotion service, just 3 hours of little sincerity, Krishna is reciprocating. How much if Krishna will reciprocate if you are very sincere? So that is how we should do that. We should be very sincere. Then penance becomes natural. Austerity becomes natural. Austerity for reading Bhagavatam, austerity for speech, austerity for mind. All the austerities will automatically happen for you. Krishna will make you happy because Krishna is pleased. He will make the body tune according to your circumstances. 3 o'clock, you will wake up from the bed. Nobody, no alarm is required. Nothing is required. You will wake up automatically. That's how the body will wake up. That's how it works. Okay? If you train your body to wake up at 4 o'clock, it will wake you up. But only the mind should not trick you. If it tricks, it's a problem. So this is what we have to understand. So we have understood that Brahma was able to have the darshan of the Lord and his opulence. Everything is because he was trying to please Krishna. And how is he trying to please? His business was to please Krishna with a non-deceptive motive. And because it was non-deceptive, his penance became natural. 1,000 years is nothing. And you see the potency of his penance is so wonderful, See, now we have big program, we have big congregation. Even during this COVID time, we had a lot of associations through internet and all these facilities were there. See, Brahmaji, he was alone. He has created. He was sitting on the lotus stem. He doesn't have any association. He was only the winds are there and the waves are there and the lotus is swinging this way. No association. It was completely dark. No sunlight, nothing was there. It was the creation of the world. So everything was dark. Okay? In the Garbhodaka ocean, it was completely dark. No, nothing was there. No sunshine, nothing was there. Nothing was created. Brahma has to create everything. Sun, moon, everything he has to do. So it was completely dark and no association. Without any association, he was able to do the penance. Because he was non-deceptive. Doka nahi de rahe Krishna. So non-deceptive penance is the only way to attract the mercy of the Lord. It's the only way to please the Lord. It's the only way to please the spiritual master. It's the only way to please the devotees. This is the only way. Only way. So this is what we have to understand from this. Now we are going into the second chapter. Now we go into the verse. So this, because of this devotional service, he is able to have the darshan of the Lord. Now we go to the beautiful description. 2.9.9 to 2.9.18 are the description of the Lord's abode and how he is placed, how the devotees are there, how the people are there is nicely described. Now, why this description of Vaikuntha is given? It is also given in 3rd canto, 15th chapter also. 15th and 16th chapter also, description of the Vaikuntha is given. The glimpse is given to you. Why this glimpse is given to you? Basically to invoke attention, attraction for us. So you see how the living entities, there is no envy in the spiritual world. Now, if Tulasi does lot of service, they are very happy. They are glorifying person. If cuckoo bird sings nicely, kirtan, everybody, all the birds, crows and pigeons and parrots, everybody is happy. Nobody is envious of each other because no envy at all. No, if there is envy, there is no Vaikuntha. Envy, no Vaikuntha. You cannot go to Vaikuntha. So envy, so no envy should be there. So if there is envy, Isha is there. Isha hai, तो वैकुंठ प्राप्ति नहीं हो सकता है. So ईशा की वजह से हम सफर कर रहे हैं इधर. So this is what we have to understand. ईशा की वजह से, ईशा का वजह से सबको है ना. अभी पंत छोटा, अभी तो मेरा ईशा है पंत प्रभु देखो ये छोटा है, अभी 35 years 34 years, हमारा बुढ़ा हो गया, सारा बाल गिर गया, उसके साथ ईशा हो गया. मैं इतना काम कर सकता है, इतना चैंटिंग कर सकता है, अब तो वो समय में कुछ नहीं किया. So ईशा. So I am envious. I am envious of all of you because you are all young people. I am old. I am become envious because it is natural. But there is no way you can go to Vaikuntha. So this is what we have to understand. Therefore, the place is full of bliss, full of no envy. Everybody is happy, and therefore this attraction is given to you so that you get attracted. Please read these verses 298 to 919. How the devotees behave, how the devotees are there, how they are serving each other, how they are serving the Lord, how they are pleasing the Lord, how the objective is only to please Krishna. Nothing else is there in that. So that's why you get attracted towards the Vaikuntha. And that's the way to invoke the attention and invoke the attraction for all of us. Because we want to get attracted. Unless we are attracted, no? Just like we give the offer. Oh, you buy this, you will get this offer. You buy this, you get this offer. You buy one saree, you get one other saree free. You buy 3 shirts, 1 shirt free. Like that they give. Why? Because they want to cheat you. They are not deceptive. They are all deceptive. But Krishna is not deceptive. This is pure. This is perfect. This is absolutely true. And this is supreme absolute truth. So this is what we have to understand. So now we go into this verse. This verse says 17. It says 4 principles. Prakriti, Purusha, Mahatattva, Niga. Because Mahatattva is the source of the creation. I don't want to go into the details because it's a big topic. And ego is nothing but the false ego. False ego is the source. From ignorance comes false ego. From false ego comes all. Purusha is nothing but Krishna, and Prakriti is the material nature. And then we are all impregnated. We are also tiny Purusha actually. Krishna is the supreme Purusha. Param Purusha Bhagavan. We are all tiny Purushas. We are also spirit souls. Krishna is the supreme soul. That's what we know. The Prabhupada, it is mentioned, Ashtasiddhi. Ashtasiddhi power means minute quantities only we have. And all these yogis and all, they get, Prabhupada says that Krishna has got unlimited power, unlimited renunciation, unlimited beauty, unlimited everything he has got. You know? He has got so much unlimited beauty. But here, there was one devotee, I forgot the name. Okay, anyway. So that's why unlimited power, and he gives the power to all the people. And he can withdraw any time also. That we have to remember. So you can see from the basic Bhagavatam that Krishna empowers the power. Now he has given me the empowerment of speech, empowerment of mind, the intelligence to absorb Krishna consciousness, to absorb Bhagavatam. It's a mercy of my spiritual master and Krishna. Otherwise, how can I speak mercy of the devotees in Abu Dhabi? Otherwise, how can I speak Bhagavatam? It's a mercy of all of them. So they have empowered me to speak on this Bhagavatam. Unless we are empowered, we cannot speak on Bhagavatam. Otherwise, Krishna will not allow you. It's not so easy. So Krishna is empowered and given the power. He can withdraw the power anytime. He can remove my memory. He can make me mentally retarded. He can give me so many problems in my body. And that will enough paralyze me. So anything can happen to my body. My mind can go. My health can go. My eyesight can go. Anything can go. So nothing is in our hands. You know, we are completely dependent on the mercy of the Lord. Completely dependent. Anujivana. Anujivana completely dependent. Buddhi Maharaj says in 1837. Anujivana means completely we are dependent on the mercy of the Lord. So this is very important. So in 1 Canto 15th chapter 21st verse, Arjuna remembers Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. He says, Isha Riktam. Without your power, I cannot do. So what has happened? He was after the war is over, Mahabharata, everything's over. He tried to go to Dwaraka to see Krishna. And then after coming back from Dwaraka, he was this Tatvai Dhanus is a very beautiful verse. This verse is very important. So this verse says, go to the verse. Go to the verse. Go to the verse. Tatvai Dhanus Tataishava Sarato Ayaste Soham Rati Ratudayo Yata Mananti Anamanti Sarvam Shanena Tadabut Ashad Isha Raktam Sarvam Shanena. That is very important. Bashman Utam Goharatam Vivoptam Ushyam. So Sarvam Shanena, everything can be lost. And then he says, in this verse, he says that I am having the same Gandiva, I am the same Arjuna, I am the same everything. But since Krishna is not there, I am not able to fight with the coward boys. Infidel coward boys, they fought and they took away the gopis. It in Dwaraka. He could not fight with them. He lost the battle. Arjuna lost the battle. And he says, Ishariktam. Because I am devoid of Krishna, he says, because I am devoid of Krishna, Ishariktam. It is very important. Ishariktam means being devoid of Krishna, I am suffering. And therefore, it is very important for us. We should not be devoid of Krishna. And therefore, we have to understand that we are all temporary. Useless of this material body. This material body, we are pampering so much. It could go anytime. Shanena at moment's notice. See, Maharaj gives a nice example. The balloon is there. You put a pin. What happens? It pricks and bursts. The same way, the Junjunwala, biggest multi-billionaire of the IT industry in Pune, because of one heart attack, he's gone. $80 billion. Everything is gone for him. See, imagine. He was one of the topmost business with so much of money. What is the use? He was drinking, boozing, cigarette. What is the use? He left his body. 62 years. So, Shanena, everything can be lost. And therefore, pinprick. The body is going on because of the air. The air breath stops, immediately you die. One accident, we die. And we are heard no more. Finished. Everything is finished. And therefore, we should always remember we are depending on the mercy of Krishna every minute of our existence. We are completely dependent on the mercy. We go out, we go into traffic, we don't know which car will hit which, we don't know. One devotee, excellent devotee, super devotee from Jayapataka Swami's disciple in Bangalore. He went in the night in the Bangalore, He went in the night. And then there was one lorry hit him and he died on the spot. He was going in a two-wheeler. So, such a nice devotee. He was just 40, 41. So, we don't know. So, how the life, he's a very nice devotee. He's going back to Krishna. And in fact, Jayapataka Swami told that he warned all the devotees. Don't drive two-wheelers during rainy period and also in the night. Don't drive. It's very dangerous. And he specifically told, I am prohibiting all my disciples, all the devotees, not to drive two-wheelers in the night, especially when it is heavy raining. Please don't do that. So it is very happen. So this material body can be lost any moment. And we have to lead a simple life. And it's very important for us. And peaceful attitude, and then understanding nothing depends on us. We think we are dependent on anybody. I was thinking my company is dependent on me. Now 2 years, the company is going on. Nobody is dependent on anybody. Everybody can run. In fact, my mother-in-law was saying so much dependent on her husband. Now husband is gone. Now she will try to live independent. 50 years she was dependent on him. Now she is feeling separate, but now she has understood and accepted. So nobody is dependent on us. This is what we do. And we have to importantly remember Krishna is our capital. Krishna is our capital. We have to remember that. Therefore, we have to remember Krishna is our capital, and he can, without his mercy, without his capital, we cannot run this. So we should every day, Krishna is our capital, and this investment only is going to save us. Therefore, we have to remember these energies can always be withdrawn from us. Anytime, any energy can be withdrawn. Therefore, the little time we have, we should delegate our life for Krishna. And that's what we have to understand from this first verse. Simple life. And the next verse, 19th verse. Lord Brahma, thus seeing, was overwhelmed with joy. Akhlada. Akhlada is the word, That is the word used. Happiness is the main thing, We have to understand How to become happy? So 2.9.18, 18. Okay, 18. Tad darshana aklada. Aklada means joyful. Actually, aklada means bliss. And then that's why Prabhu ka aklada. That's why Prahlada. Prahlada was full of happiness. Never he was morose. And that's what we have to understand. He was full of happiness, Prahlada. And he was always absorbed, overwhelmed with the joy within his heart. And thus full transcendent love and ecstasy. Lord Brahma, being Lord in fullness, was overwhelmed with joy. So we are chanting every day. Are we happy? We are always morose. Why? Because we are not doing non-deceptive penance to please Krishna. Unless we please Krishna, we cannot be satisfied. Because Krishna is there at the Paramatma. So what he will do? He will make your mind, Maya, to work very nicely and you become dissatisfied. So how to become happy? This material world. How to be happy in the devotion service. And that's why Maharaj used to say very nicely that our face should be a watermelon. It should not be a rotten banana. Our face should be a watermelon face. Watermelon face means very nice to look. So that is very important. Not like a rotten banana. Nobody likes to see a rotten banana. Nobody likes to see a deceptive, pensive person. Nobody likes to see a sorrowful person, morose person, dejected person, anxiety person. So that's why here, when we see Krishna, when we go before the Lord, when we chant the holy names, we have to become happy. The morning when we wake up for Mangalarati, we say, "Oh Krishna, आपको please करना है, ये जिंदगी का काम है, अब तो मेरा creator है, इसलिए आपको solve करना है, मेरे को पसंद नहीं है, मेरा body को पसंद नहीं है, मेरे को मन को पसंद नहीं है, मेरा बुद्धि को पसंद नहीं है, but फिर भी आपको प्रसन्न करना है, ये मेरा कर्तव्य है, ये मेरा काम है, मैं करना ही पड़ेगा." So ऐसा सोच के हम काम कर रहे हैं. So that's why we are not getting joy in the morning. We are not blissful. We are completely happiness. Joy is something different. Bliss is something different. Sachidananda Vigraha. We have not tasted the bliss. Because we have not tasted the bliss, we don't have any taste for chanting. We don't taste for Bhagavatam. We don't have taste for services. We don't taste for Mangalarati. Because we have not really tasted the real Ananda. Once you do that, automatically you will like it. So this is what very important. And how to become happy in this material world? We have to be simple. We have to be satisfied. Yes, first step was simple, satisfied, and never envy any devotees or any living entities. No envy. We are satisfied with our position. Santushta. Santushta means samsare bhojane dane. Whatever samsara wife we got, we should be happy. Dane, whatever wealth, and bhojane, whatever food we get. Today we get one chapati is okay. One chapati sabji is okay. We should be satisfied. We shouldn't hanker for more. The moment we hanker, we can never become happy. Happiness cannot be got by, especially now the Twitter, the advertisements are so cruel that they kill us with so much of our mind getting polluted by all the disease. Because ultimately our business is to please Krishna. Our business is to go back home, back to God. Our business is not to build 3 houses. Our Maharaj says our objective goal is not to build a big villa in India. No, that is not our business. In Delhi, I don't want to build a big villa. No, that is not my goal of my life. The goal of my life is to please Krishna. Even a small 1-bedroom flat, 2-bedroom flat, doesn't matter. We do the devotional service in a simple way. Krishna is not expecting. No. Sudama was giving only a pounded rice. Krishna accepted and gave him millions because of his pure devotional service, non-deceptive penance from Sudama. So that's what we have to adapt. Never envy. If you envy, then you become, and that's why you see Duryodhana was so much envious. He was having so much opulence. He was controlling the entire Esnab. And he saw Indraprastha, which was built by Vishwakarma. He became very Maya Danava. He became very, very unhappy. How come these fellows can have a better place than me? So that's why it is very important. So this can be better, and therefore that's why you can see the gopis, Gopas of Vrindavan, they are very happy, and they don't have any envy. They don't have any aspiration or expectation or something from Krishna. They were just simply loving Krishna, and therefore they were trying to please Krishna. And therefore, what has happened? They were all very happy, and Gopas were accompanied. So Krishna accompanied them. Krishna allowed them to dominate him. That's what we can see from the 10th canto, 18th chapter. Adat Krishna paribrato jnante mudhitatmabihi anugiyama. Anugiyama, constantly they chant the holy names of the Lord. And they were glorifying Krishna. And because they were mudhitatma, mudhitatma means they were always joyful. The devotees were always joyful. If a devotee once a morose, means he is not a devotee. He is yet to become a devotee. I am yet to become a devotee, and that's why I am always morose. I am trying to smile in the class, but internally I am crying inside. I know. So this is what happened. So it is very important that we should be happy, joyful nature. Watermelon face, not a rotten banana face. Constant chanting. The constant chanting will purify our consciousness, and we can become happy. And that's what we have to understand. Even Vyasa Bhagavan was unhappy because he wrote so many books, but he has not glorified Krishna. So glorification of Krishna is the most important thing, and Vyasa Bhagavan became happy after reading, stating, after reading Bhagavatam. And then that's what we understand. And then now, the last verse, I will finish with this. And we have to understand that, how Krishna was so happy. So this last verse is 2.9.19 is very important. Priya, Priya, Priya. So many Priya is there. So how we have become dear to Krishna? We have to adopt, develop the qualities. Adveshta Sarvabhutana, Maitri Karmucha, Nirmamo Nirakara, Samadukka Santushya Sadhudimi, Edatma Riyanama, Mayarpita Monomudi, Oman Bhakti Same Priya, Same Priya, Same Priya. So the 12th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, 13th verse up to 20th verse is trying to please Krishna. And up to 19. So we have to develop those qualities. Udasinu, Gatapita, so many things are there. Nirmamo, Nirankara, Samadukka, Sudakshami, Santushta, Satitam Yogi, Edatma, Nidanachaya, Mayarpita Monomudi, Yoman Bhakti Same Priya, Yoma Bhakti Same Priya. So we have to develop these Priya qualities, and that's what is very important. Brahma was so loving in his devotional service. He was not morose. Suppose some task is given, and then we become on a Janmashtami day at 12 o'clock in the night, we are given, so many bartans hai, usko saaf karo. Means we just, this Prabhuji is a nonsense. Why is he giving me service at 1 o'clock in the night? I have to go to office. Don't do that. We mudita, we be blissful, and Krishna has allowed us to engage in the service at 1 o'clock in the night. And that is the beauty of Krishna consciousness. And then there was one devotee, Swayam Smriti, the brother, Swayam Smriti of Abu Dhabi, brother, Janmashtami din, he became excited. He doesn't chant much, he chanted very less only, but he's a very service oriented. What he will do is, he will wash all the vessels the night. Can you imagine? So many vessels, and everything will be washed till 3 o'clock. And 3 o'clock he will sleep, he will wake up late, no problem. But he will do the service. And with so much of bliss, so much of happiness. And also this Mataji, wife, Mataji, Radha Charan, always blissful. Muditatma. How she is blissful? Because she is completely dependent on Krishna. She is always in Krishna consciousness. And therefore, she is always blissful. So many problems will be there, so many issues. But she will be very happy. Puri nahi banaya, ye nahi banaya, prasadam banana hai. Prabhuji will be under tension. But Mataji will not be under. Mataji blissful. Haste rega. So this is the quality of the devotee. Muditatma bihi. Always blissful in devotion service. So here, the Brahma was so happy. And therefore, Priya. Priya means he was always dear to the Lord. And that's why this verse 2.9.19 is very important. Krishna was so happy that he said, I will handshake with you. Can you imagine? Krishna is handshaking with Brahma. Krishna is handshaking with all of us. How wonderful it will be. For that, we should qualify ourselves. So qualification is non-deceptive penance. And our business is to glorify Krishna. Our business is not to build houses. Our business is to be simple. Our business is to be a simple life. Not envious of anything. Satisfied in all circumstances. Satisfied in all circumstances. This is our business, non-deceptive penance, without any expectation. So what are all the things? Our business is to please Krishna. Main business. Second point is non-deceptive penance. And then without any cheating. And then third, the penance becomes natural. Fourth, we should become simple. And no expectation. And fifth point is satisfied in any circumstances of life. And then simple life and no envy. These are all the 6 points to please the Lord. And then all the other qualities will automatically come. All the quantities will come. Now, how come Krishna is pleased with Brahma? There's one verse, I'll finish with that. 2.6.34. Nabharati me gamnishopalakshate namai kojit me manasho vrishagati Rame Rishikani Patanti Asatpate, Yenne Bradaya Ukata Druto Hari. Bradaya Ukudyo Druto Hari. Great zeal. Prabhupada writes, great zeal. It's very important. Now, because I caught out of the lotus feet, Hridaya Utkuda Druto Hari, I caught out of the lotus feet of the Lord with great zeal. Great zeal. That is a very beautiful word. Great zeal. Whatever I say, I never, because we have to catch hold of the lotus feet of Krishna, because Krishna is supremely pure. So he will empower us. Then once you remember Krishna and satisfy Krishna, what will happen? If you please Krishna, whatever you say will never prove to be false. And Prabhupada was telling in 1968 or 89, 69, all the people were there. There were 20 EPs only. Prabhupada is telling, I'm seeing temple in San Francisco. I'm seeing temple in Boston. I'm seeing temple in New York. I'm seeing temple in Los Angeles. I'm seeing temple in Florida. All the disciples were laughing. What is this, Prabhupada? What are you saying? How is it possible? We have only 10 devotees. We are saying America full of temples. What are you telling? Temple, ashrams, and then Gurukul. What are you telling, Prabhupada? Deities. What are you telling? They have not started even the program. Only 10 devotees. And Prabhupada, whatever he said, become true. Never proved to be false. So what has happened? 108 temples were built in the span of 12 years. It is impossible to build one temple. You know, we are trying to build. We tried to build the Dwaraka temple and by mercy of Maharaj only, and the Rajkot temple. We started in 2003. We finished in 2019. 16 years to build one temple. Prabhupada built 100 temples in 12 years. Can you imagine? It is unimaginable. After 100 years, our Maharaj used to say, if you tell that Prabhupada has built 108 temples, people say, no, this is magician. It's not possible. He's not living in it. He's God. They will say he's Krishna. He is Ishvara. He is Shiva. He is something else, they will say. He is incarnation. He is not ordinary living entity, they will say. Because people cannot believe it, that 108 temples were built. So he said that it was now with great zeal, whatever I never proved to be false, never it was. Nor is the progress, Prabhupada's progress towards mind were never deterred. See, his mind is so clear, no? His great hold, he has caught hold of the Lord, great zeal. Brahma has caught hold of the Lord, great zeal. And that's why he was made the creator to create all the living entities. So nothing was affected. So whatever he said is become true. And whatever his mind never deterred. The Brahma's mind never deterred from Krishna consciousness. And that the Prabhupada's mind also never deterred. See, his Krishna consciousness was so wonderful. There is one pastime of Prabhupada. So Prabhupada was traveling in the forest, walking in a forest, in somewhere in Los Angeles or in US. So what has happened is, and one devotee was explaining, this tree is this is fruits or flowers, this tree is like that, this is fruits and flowers, this tree is like that, this gives fruits and flowers, this wood is very good. All this they were using as a wood for the building houses and all. So he was telling him, then he came to one tree, that this tree is useless, nothing it does. It doesn't give flowers, it doesn't give fruits, it's useless. Prabhupada said, you are useless. And then he told, in Krishna's creation, nothing is useless. Nothing is useless. So that's why we have to be very careful. We can say this devotee is not good, that devotee is not good, he's useless, he's useless. We brand people. No, don't do that. Because in Krishna's creation, everything is useful. Even a small hand has got a role. Even the worms has got a role. He's plowing the field. Without worms, we cannot have the vegetation inside the field. Without the bees, we cannot have the pollen of grains. So many things, Krishna's creation. Nothing is bad. Nothing is bad. Everything is perfect. Nothing is useless. So this is a move. His mind never deterred. His Krishna consciousness was very clear. And he said, you are a fool. You are useless. And then, nor my senses ever degraded by temporary attachment to matter. Never. He was never attached to a matter at all. He was never attached to matter. That's why Prabhupada is a perfect example. Brahma we don't see, but Prabhupada is come recently like a human being. Brahma is an empowered person, we can say. But Prabhupada came recent. Prabhupada, temporary attachment to matter, he was never attached. And then what has happened? In Mayapur, I think Mayapur, yes, there was a guest house. This is for you, Prabhupada. I don't want this room. No, this I don't want. He rejected it. I don't know. I want a small room. That is enough. I don't want this big room. No, Prabhupada, this is for the Acharya, founder Acharya ISKCON. Oh, founder Acharya ISKCON. Okay, that is okay. So his consciousness is that I am a servant of Krishna and I am the founder Acharya of ISKCON and I am doing this service. This room is for use for Krishna service. So his mind never deterred from the matter. He was completely attached to Krishna. He never linked, that is my personal sense gratification. Everything is used for Krishna service. And that's why he was always blissful. Prabhupada is never morose. Prabhupada is always grave. Grave is very serious, but always happy, blissful. That is a beauty because he was always absorbed in Krishna. With great zeal. We have to hold the lotus feet of the Lord with great zeal. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. We have to understand from Brahma and Prabhupada how we can please Krishna. Our business is to please Krishna, please the devotees. That is the main thing of our business. All other business are second. Not to please ourselves, not to please our sense gratification, not to please our mind, not to please our senses. So if you please Krishna, then Krishna will be pleased and he will take us and he will give the handshake and we can go to Golok Vrindavan and we'll be saying, oh, when I have lost you for so many days, I missed you, he will say. Okay, Hare Krishna. I will stop here. Sorry, Prabhu. I took 10 minutes extra. Sorry for that. Hare Krishna.
No worries, Prabhuji. Very wonderful session, Prabhu. Very nice, Prabhuji. Very good to catch up with you after a long time.
Yeah,
Hare Krishna.
No problem. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
All Mav Shri Maharaj mercy.
Hare Krishna. So if any devotee has any questions, you can ask. You can unmute your mic or you can type.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
First of all, I want to thank you for this wonderful class. And actually, I want to ask that which form of Krishna, I like child form, or which form of Krishna we should meditate? Like, can we meditate individually Krishna only, or we need to chant with Guru Maharaj or with Radha Rani? So, which form will be the best to meditate?
Oh, that's wonderful question. Super question. Okay, there is a verse. I think it's 3.9.11. I think now. Okay, I will tell you an example, and I will tell you the verse. Tam bhakti yoga paribhavitaritsaroja ashesh saiksha tapatona nanata pumsam yeddat diyayata ugaya bhuvavayanti tattat vapu pranayase sadanugrahaya. This verse spoken by Lord Brahma to Brahma is praying to Lord Krishna before the creation, because after that the penance, Krishna gives the darshan. Okay, Krishna gives the Vaikuntha darshan we had. Then after the darshan was there, he wants to create. So here, Tvam Bhakti Yoga Paribhavita. Paribhavita means 100% engaged. Itsaroja Ashesh Tapato Nananata Punsam. Yedda Diyayata. Yedda Diyayata is very important. That means whatever form you like, whether you like Chota Krishna form, or you like Narasimha, or you like Rama, or you like Varaha, or you like Narasimha Dev, or you like Radharani with Krishna, Jagannath Baladev, Subhadramai, Gauranitai, any deity, whatever deity you like, Yedda Diyaya Urgaya Ubhavayan. Whatever you are meditating, Yedda Diyaya, whatever, whichever. This is the instruction from Brahma. He is the authority, Brahma Gaudi Sampradaya. And Krishna will show his Sadhanugrahaya, will manifest. And I will tell you a nice pastime. This pastime is, Prabhuji is I forgot his name. He's in Chaitanya Leela. His name is what is his name? I forgot his name. Murari Gupta. Murari Gupta. This Murari Gupta is an ardent devotee of Lord Ram. So he will worship Lord Ram only. He cannot, because in his previous life he was
devotee of Lord Ram.
No, he was incarnation of
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
No, he's an incarnation of Hanuman.
Lord, he's incarnation of Lord Brahma, yes.
Hanumanji. So, Hanumanji became Murari Gupta in Chaitanya Leela. Okay? So, he became Murari Gupta in Chaitanya Leela. So, what has happened? So, Murari Gupta came and met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that now you are chanting Lord Ram's name. Stop that. I want you to chant Krishna's name. Krishna's name is the topmost. Rama comes second. Krishna is the topmost. I want to chant Krishna's name. If you don't chant, I will not accept you. Murari Gupta, his heart become broken into pieces. How come Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not accepting me? If Chaitanya Mahaprabhu does not accept Krishna, Lord Ram, nobody will accept. He became so morose. From tomorrow onwards, he told, you have to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Hare Krishna. You have to chant Krishna's name. Don't chant Ram's name. Okay? If you chant Ram's name, don't come to me. I don't want to see you. This is the instruction given to Murari Gupta. Murari Gupta, Hare Krishna. Murari Gupta went home. He was crying the whole night. Lord Ram, I cannot think of anybody else other than you. I am crying now. I am putting in such a situation that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is insisting me to chant Krishna's name. I cannot, because I don't want to hear. I cannot recite that Krishna's name. My tongue vibrates Ram's name only. How can I do that? Next day morning, he decided that I will commit suicide. Because I cannot face Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I cannot keep his vow. He is not different from Krishna. His Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not different from Krishna. So he is covered incarnation of the Lord. So how can I deny him? If I deny Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I am denying Lord Ram. If I am denying Lord Ram, I cannot get the mercy of Krishna. Then my life, bhakti life is finished. So let me commit suicide instead of chanting Krishna's name. So he decided that I will not chant Krishna's name. I will die. Because my mind is not willing to. So in the meantime, what has happened? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that he wants to test him. So he came. He came to his house. Murari Gupta was about to commit suicide. He stopped him. Why are you committing suicide? I don't know, but I cannot chant Krishna's name. I can chant only Ram name. Murari Gupta. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu hugged him and embraced him. And with tears he said, I want to test you that how much intense love you have for Lord Ram. Please chant Ram name only. No need to chant Krishna's name. Ram name and Krishna's name, there is no difference. Please chant Ram name. And then he chanted Ram name, Murari. So each one has got different version. But we have to remember one thing. We are in this Gaudi Sampradaya and we have been initiated in this mantra. And this Hare Krishna mantra cannot be left. Don't leave that. You can have any deity. That doesn't matter. But chanting, Murari Gupta is exception. He's a pure devotee of the Lord Hanuman. We are not pure devotees. So we have to chant Hare Krishna mantra. So we should not take, Murari Gupta is given Lord Ram, then I'll chant Ram, 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 Ram. No. You can chant. That is the potency is there. But we have been given the Kali Santa permission. We are following the Brahma Gaudi Vaidya Sampradaya. And this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructed to Hare Krishna mantra. So Murari Gupta is an exception. We cannot, exception cannot be the rule. So we should not take it. Murari Gupta is exception. Prabhupada, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu want to test him. So that's why you, whatever form you like, whichever forms, Chota Krishna, Bada Krishna, Radha Krishna, any deity, doesn't matter. All Krishna's, Vishnu's forms are absolutely transcendental and you can worship any of them. And that is absolute and there is no problem. But Hare Krishna mantra should be chanted because we are linked to ISKCON and we are following the Brahma Gaudiya Vaidya Sampradaya. Hare Krishna. And therefore, one more important point Prabhupada said that we have to preach. So all of you are listening Bhagavatam. You should take these verses and you should preach these verses to others. And that's why, because Krishna, nobody is as dear to me, one who preaches the message. And also, you can refer for preaching. There's one nice purport. What are the advantages of preaching? I want to talk about it, but because time constraint. Because one Prabhu told me only 40 minutes, so I stopped it. I didn't take that point. 7.6.24 purport. Verse you read, Prahlad Maharaj's prayers, you can read that purport. Purport is very good about the preaching. How preaching qualifies, preaching proves our knowledge, preaching the best way to please the Lord. So many factors it is mentioned. So you got to go through that purport. Hare Krishna. We'll stop here. Is it okay, Prabhu?
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Wonderful answer, Prabhuji. Very nice. Hare Krishna. Any other devotee has more questions? You can ask.
Rakshini Mataji, how are you? Rakshini Mataji was. How are you, Mataji?
Good, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. That was pranam.
You were managing, no? Previously?
No, Prabhuji. Only when Varun Prabhuji is not there.
Oh, good. No. Oh, very good. Prabhuji is not there, you were managing. Very nice.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, will you please repeat that 6 points once again?
Which one?
That 6 points you told, no?
6 points. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. I will tell you. First point is, our business is to please Krishna. Our main business is to please Krishna. and spiritual master, Guru and Krishna, and the devotees. This is our main business. Second business, how to please Krishna? We have to do non-deceptive penance. Non-deceptive means dhoka nahi dena Krishna. Whatever service we are doing, without any motive, we should do the service to Krishna. Because Brahma did the penance. And then once we do that, our austerity becomes natural. Third point. Then we can do the devotional service nicely, and everybody will be, Krishna will be pleased, devotees will be pleased. So waking up 3 o'clock in the morning will not be a problem for us. It will not be a burden. So it will become pleasure. Instead of pain, it will become pleasure. Fourth point. Because Krishna will give the strength, even 3 hours of sleep. Prabhupada only slept 2 hours. And he was agile and active for whole 22 hours. How is it possible? Night 1 o'clock. We cannot do that, but at least we require 4 to 5 hours of sleep. That is enough for us. 4 to 5 hours is enough, more than enough. And then fourth point is that we should be simple. If you are simple, then your expectation is less. Then when you are simple, you become satisfied. The next point is satisfaction. Satisfied means in any condition of life, we are satisfied. And that is fifth point. And sixth point is never envy any devotee. Once you are satisfied, you don't look, oh, he has got a Rolls Royce car, he has got a Mercedes Benz, he has got BMW. We all look into it and then we become envious. Hamara paas nahi hai, uske paas gaadi hai, mera paas gaadi nahi hai. So I will tell you the famous dialogue, Hindi dialogue. All of you will love it, but you people may not know it. Before you are born, this dialogue is there. This dialogue is from Diwan, Amitabh Bachchan, Shashi Kapoor. Amitabh Bachchan, Shashi Kapoor meet each other, and then Amitabh Bachchan tells Shashi Kapoor, "Aapke paas kya hai? Mera paas gaadi hai, bangla hai, बीवी है, सब कुछ है मेरे पास. आपके पास क्या है?" And then Shashi Kapoor says, "मेरे पास माँ है." The moment he says "माँ," then he has finished. So what we have to do is, somebody says, "मेरे पास गाड़ी, बंगला, सब कुछ है." You can say, "मेरे पास Krishna है." Krishna है. Krishna means all opulent. So मेरे पास Krishna है. मेरे पास पैसा नहीं है, मेरे पास BMW नहीं है, but मेरे पास Krishna है. So that is the dialogue we should tell, so that we become peaceful. So once we have this, automatically we become blissful. Prahlada. Prahlada means Ananda. And that's why Ladini potency comes from Krishna. Ladini potency means pleasure potency. Comes from Radharani. Because she is always happy. And also all the Gopas are happy. Because they are very simple. They are wearing, what type of flowers they were wearing? They were wearing forest flowers only. They were not wearing big flowers. Ordinary flowers, any flowers. They were just climbing the tree and all doing. They were very simple. All the Gopas and Gopis, they are all very simple. They are not hi-fi people. They are very simple people. And simple people will, simplicity means very simple life. I want to have 2 cars, 3 bikes, and I should have 2 bungalows, 3-bedroom bungalows. 2 bungalows I should have in Delhi, which cost you 8 plus 8, at least 16 crores. This is my objective. These are all, if you have, then our business will not be to please Krishna. Our business is to please ourselves. Okay? This is the bottom line.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam.
That's
Such a wonderful session.
Thank you very much, Mother. Thank you. It's all glories to Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Gurudev ki jai. Right. Hare Krishna. We'll stop here.
Okay, Hare Krishna. So we'll offer Vaishnava Pranam and conclude. Thank you, Prabhuji, for a wonderful session. Vancha kalpatrubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Anant Koti Vaishnav Vrind ki jai. Shri Shri Radha Kunj Bihari Bhagwan ki jai. Shri Shri Gaur Nitai ki jai. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. All glories to assembled devotees.
Hare
All
Krishna.
glories to Sajjan Priya Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Ki jai.
Mahavishnu